NSF, and welcome to your Week 1 Power Rankings brought to you by me, Fail, aka Fail Chais, aka the Toxic Avenger, aka the Sultan of Salt, aka the Salt Master, aka Sararitos, aka Manti Fail. Coming to you from Studio B. We really upgraded this year. I'm loving the new digs. We're hoping to bring 14 weeks of action-packed adventure as we ride this roller coaster known as the NSF League and show you what it's really about to be in this league. It's tough. I tell you, it's tough. In the first week, it no doubt made an impression on everybody. The draft made an impression on everybody. And without further ado, we go to those power rankings. Now, for those of you who are new, power rankings, they do nothing for your social status. They bring nothing but intrigue and conversation to the GroupMe. They don't do anything for your waiver wire pickups, and it doesn't make it seem any more likely that you're going to get that trade, that shit trade that you're offering. But it does give us something to talk about while we're waiting for the weekly rant, which I hope, guys, you really bring it, because you're being judged right now. And to tell you the truth, the stuff that I've seen on the GroupMe, it's not enough. It's not enough. You got to step up your game. I'm telling you right now. With that being said, like I said, let's go right into those week 1 power rankings. At number 14 on the bottom, he should be used to this because he's used to sleeping next to fellow bums and dumpsters. Skid Row, aka 2017 bye week, aka Masfail. Bro. Here's how it breaks down. I got you going 1-13 this year, and that's if you can beat Bamba in your week 11 matchup. Other than that, I see nothing but L's for you, and from top to bottom. I mean, at some point, bro, you're gonna have to put it together, because starting Trevor Siemian, although that seemed like it was gonna maybe give you a shot, in the end it proved that you're still sitting behind the gun right now, and so you got to do something to elevate yourself. I'm trying to give you some help. Please go see a podiatrist. Go see a gynecologist, or a dentist. Somebody go talk to somebody, because there's no way you're making it through this season running that team out there every week the way that you plan on doing. At number 13, La Bamba, by week number 2. Listen, bro, you barely managed to walk. I think you might have walked out of draft day, and you couldn't be feeling too great about your team. I have you with one of the toughest schedules actually in the league, and I don't know if that's something that was put in to make it more difficult. I'm not sure, but I have you going about 2-12 this season, and with points, you're faring towards the bottom of the pack, so that's why you end up at number 13 right now. You just haven't done enough to warrant anything better. At number 12, I put myself. I understand 8 wins. I get it. I don't know where those 8 wins are going to come from. Actually, I'll be lucky if I even get 7 wins at this point. Very disappointed in my team, but it always seems like I have a chance. I mean, like, when you come down to Monday or one player going on Sunday and I have like a 9-point lead, there's always some sort of chance. And I guess maybe that's where some of the GroupMe things are going. Hey, it could happen. It could happen. I've been living on it could happen for about the last 3 seasons, and I'm sick and tired of it. I'm hoping that my waiver wire 1 pick is a good one. I'm not telling you who it is. But honestly, there's not that much out there, so I'm really reaching on my team right now. But you never know, stranger things can happen. So I'm not gonna put myself out the game just yet, but I am gonna rank myself at number 12. At number 11, the gentleman who beat me. Listen, Jafar, you have one of the toughest schedules this season. Look at your schedule. I want you to open on a side page. I want you to open the app, and I want you to look at your schedule right now. Tell me you don't see a whole bunch of losses in there. Right now for Jafar, I have about 10 losses that I can see you potentially having with that shit team that you seem to be running out there. So Jafar, number 11, I mean, come on, man, please, do something. Do that trade with Niggs. It might help you. At number 10, I have Dead Dick, Paloma Muerta. Old man, I mean, you came through with the win. happy for you. A great 62 points that you put up there. But with that win, your life expectancy also fell by about 80 days. So I think really what needs to happen is you need to retire. I'm sure there's other people that want to play in this league, and now that you're no longer the treasurer, there's a lot less of you needed at this point. Your back and forth banter with Jafar is funny, but it only goes so far. You're killing my battery, fool. You're killing my battery. At number 9, I have Princess Jasmine, aka Aladdin's lover. Jasmine, actually, listen. Strength of schedule wise, Jasmine, you are 6th best strength of schedule, and I think that's because you play me, Skid Row, and La Bamba. So there's potentially 3 wins right there off the bat. I have you winning 6 wins, so that's 50% of your wins. As far as your team goes, you're not that bad. I mean, sitting at number 9. So I felt comfortable giving you the number 9 spot this week. I feel like that's where you're at, and you need to really rise up to the occasion. You're no longer the bye week. That's been shedded thanks to Masfeo coming in this. So you really need to run with it. Definitely a lot of L's on that list that could turn to wins. It's just going to take some moves, Jasmine. It's going to take maybe a really big waiver wire pickup. Maybe you're following the game more close than anybody else. Maybe it's a trade. I don't know. There's a lot that can happen with your team, but right now that's kind of where I have you at number 9. At number 8, Baby Gap. Baby Gap, listen, this isn't a bad place to be. You're not one of the heavy hitters, but you're right poised to make a move. I think as far as strength of schedule, Baby Gap, I have you at the 8th, and that's kind of why I put you at 8th, is because you're right smack in the middle. You're poised to make something happen. I just don't know what yet. So while I sit and look at your team and wonder, so should you. At number 7. Really 7 and 8, it could have gone either way, and I didn't want to show that much hate to my arch rival Hands, aka I skipped leg day, aka who's that in my bed, aka Jesus. I mean, look, a lot of controversy the first week. You lose your number 1 running back due to suspension, then you gain him back, and then due to a hurricane you lose your number 2 running back. So honestly, there's so much turmoil right now. I can't give you a lot, but I will say that you fought the good fight against Fat Parrot, but losing to Fat Parrot is the reason why you're down here at number 7. You got to do better, dude. We all have to do better, but the expectation for you is probably a little bit higher. I think you set yourself to a higher standard, and this is a pretty pathetic start for you. At number 6, I have Handled Bars, a.k.a. the Handled One, a.k.a. first pick, a.k.a. I just lost my number 1 running back. Bro, I mean, tough break. And I guarantee you that everybody is hoping that everybody else's player dies on Sunday. I know that I was sitting there hoping Melvin Gordon fumbled 6 times. Certain things aren't going to happen, but, certain things do happen, and when somebody as unlucky as you picks D. Johnson as their number 1 pick, it was only bound to have a lasting effect, and apparently it did. So I put you at number 6. I'm not going to go through your strength of schedule. It's pretty decent. You can pick it up, but I don't know. That's a tough loss. Losing that number 1 RB. Who knows where you'll be, but right now you're at number 6. At number 5, I have Midnight, a.k.a. the Dark One, a.k.a. Wesley Snipes, a.k.a. Gorilla Man. Welcome back, Niggs. I mean, I'm glad that you're back in one aspect, and in the other aspect, showing having such a high showing. You better bring it with your video, because not being a drinker, and I don't know, with all the controversy that might stir. You threw up 3 freaking donuts and still got the win. I can't freaking believe that. That elevated you a very powerful 85 points. You have the 5th strongest schedule. I'm telling you right now, you've got the potential to win maybe another one, but it's going to be tough because a lot of people are going to be hating on you, and we'll see where you end up at the end of the year. But right now, your very first fail power rankings, you ranked number 5. Good job. Number 4, I have the last of the 626 members on my board. Kiko, aka Chubby Cheeks, aka Can I Really Fit That in My Cheeks? Listen, Keeks, as far as strength of schedule, second best. When it comes to victories, you're the worst. I know that you don't like to play hard when it comes to 626 members, so that's why, as far as schedule-wise, I did have you losing a couple. I did have you tying a couple. You're there. If the playoffs were to start tomorrow, I would take your team, but you know, I'm not going to rank you any higher than 4 at this point. And that brings us to our top 3. That's right, top 3, all 213 members. This is not biased. These guys all scored some major points. As far as schedule's concerned, they're all looking great. So at number 3, Fat Parrot. Listen, this guy is chomping at the bit to face me already, because he's so excited to go 2-0, and I hope he does, actually, because the curse is that if you start going really good at the beginning, shit can get terrible when it comes to the end. Your last 5 matches are going to be against your brother, Dead Dick. You know, you're going to have Handlebars, Fail, and Skid Row. So those last 2 could vault you into the playoffs, and it could also be the nail in the coffin. Who knows at this point? But I give you number 3. Very powerful showing this week. Good job. Number 2, I have Rata. This guy came out of nowhere. He ranked number 2 as far as team. You know, and this is taking into account some injuries that happened. I understand that, you know, you might look at his team and not say rank 2, really. No, but as far as points, he came up number 2 when it came to points too. So you really can't hate on this guy. The only problem I have is that he's got a pretty tough schedule to overcome. He's got the 7th strongest schedule. It's a matter of, do you want to hurt your friends? Who are you willing to step over in order to take that extra win and get to the playoffs? Because it's right there for you. Really, this year seems very promising, but that could be the salt talking. I don't know. And at number 1 with the bullet, 121 points, the fat pig himself, Tunko, aka Tunkies, bro. Good looking schedule, good looking team. You know, if I could put any more salt on it, I would, but you know, only time will tell what you do with it. Very strong showing. Strength of schedule wise, you had a +5. You face the Jasmines and Fail. You play me twice. You play Skid Row. You play La Bamba. I mean, you could count all these as wins with the squad that you have. I have you going 12-2 on the year. Maybe 12-1-1. I don't know. It could maybe be a tie in there somewhere. But I have you ranked number 1 in week 1's power rankings. Now again, these power rankings have no determination on anything other than some good shit talking. And this brings us to our newest segment on power rankings. That is the Ring of Death. Here's what I have to say. The Ring of Death segment is to all those members of our teams that died over week 1 or any week. Handlebars loses D. Johnson. That's a terrible loss. Jasmine loses Danny Woodhead. I mean that he was so promising. They were really looking at him that whole first quarter, but he is injury prone, so that kind of stuff happens. Andrew Luck, Niggs didn't start him, but you know, it's a waste of a pick now at this point. He's out for an indeterminate amount of time, I think. And then Jafar lost Kevin White. I don't think he played 1 snap. And that was our new Ring of Death segment. You know, prayers go out to all those players who put it all out there and don't make it for their team. This has been your week 1 power rankings brought to you by me, Feo Chais. Thank you for watching and look forward to seeing you in next week's video.